Welcome and thank you for joining us. You are watching Millennium News Hour and I am Tanzeba Noreen. Today we have brought top and trending news from across the nation and the world. Let's begin with the headlines. Biden faces pressure to act on TPS amid Trump's revocation plans. Florida pushes back against feds over Trump assassination attempt investigation. Matt Gaetz faces ethics report release after investigation into alleged misconduct. Trump nominates Herschel Walker as U.S. ambassador to the Bahamas. Supreme Court takes up TikTok ban case over First Amendment claims. U.S. takes action against China over telecom hack. Governor Hochul unveils $28.5 million plan to boost EV charging in New York. Starlink internet beams shut off over India, Musk confirms. China expands nuclear arsenal while strengthening Russia partnership. Malaysia's foreign minister faces fine for smoking in restricted area. Ronaldo to run for Brazil football presidency in 2026. And Real Madrid defeats Pachuca to win Intercontinental Cup. You are listening to headlines, now news in detail. Honduran immigrant Myrtle Hernandez, living in the U.S. for over 20 years under the Temporary Protected Status Program, joined a hunger strike urging President Biden to extend TPS. The program, signed into law in the 1990s, allows migrants from unsafe countries to work and avoid deportation but offers no pathway to citizenship. TPS holders fear deportation as President-elect Donald Trump has promised to revoke the program. Hernandez and others demanded Biden honor his promises to the immigrant community. The hunger strike, led by the National TPS Alliance, symbolizes hardships in migrants' home countries. Trump previously tried to end TPS for 6 countries, but legal challenges blocked those efforts. Activists expect lawsuits if Trump attempts revocation again. Over 850,000 TPS holders, including 200,000 Haitians and 180,000 Salvadorans, may lose their legal status in 2025 without extensions. Immigration lawyer Haim Vasquez urged TPS holders to explore permanent status options soon. Protections for Salvadorans expire in March, with other nations following later. On December 9th, senators urged Biden to extend TPS, highlighting global crises like the war in Ukraine. Migrants hope Biden acts before leaving office to protect their futures. Florida Attorney General Ashley Moody announced that the state had obtained an arrest warrant for attempted felony murder against Ryan Roth, already in federal custody for attempting to assassinate Donald Trump. This marks the latest development in Florida's ongoing dispute with the Biden administration over the September assassination attempt, the second on Trump's life in 3 months. Ruth faces 5 federal charges, including attempting to assassinate a presidential candidate, but Florida officials have criticized the federal government for hindering the state's investigation. Governor Ron DeSantis supported Moody's efforts, claiming the federal government stonewalled Florida's investigation. Moody clarified that the warrant for felony murder was related to a car crash caused by police traffic stops while attempting to capture Ruth. The crash injured a 6-year-old girl, prompting the state to pursue additional charges. Moody stated that Ruth's actions qualified as domestic terrorism, intensifying his criminal conduct to attempted felony murder. Looking ahead, Moody emphasized that a new day is coming with Trump's law enforcement appointments, particularly the nomination of Pam Bondi and Kash Patel. The House Ethics Committee voted to release its report on the investigation into former Representative Matt Gaetz, who faced allegations of sexual misconduct and obstruction. This decision came after initial Republican resistance to releasing the findings. The vote, held on December 5, included support from 2 Republican members. The committee, split evenly between Republicans and Democrats, has finalized the report, which is expected to be made public soon, likely after the final votes of the 118th Congress. Gaetz, who resigned after a potential nomination for Attorney General, has denied any wrongdoing. He faced claims of paying women for parties involving sex and drugs, with Venmo transactions allegedly showing payments to the women. Although the Department of Justice investigated him for sex trafficking, no charges were filed. Gaetz called the Ethics Committee investigation a frivolous campaign and said that he had never been involved with anyone under 18. He also criticized the process, stating that the committee relied on witnesses deemed not credible by the DOJ. Some lawmakers have expressed concern over the committee releasing the report now that Gaetz is no longer in office. Donald Trump has nominated former NFL star Herschel Walker as the U.S. ambassador to the Bahamas. Trump praised Walker on Truth Social, calling him an NFL great and highlighting his service to American youth, the military, and athletes. Walker, 62 years old, previously co-chaired Trump's Health, Nutrition, and Fitness Council. While Walker has no diplomatic experience, his nomination follows a high-profile political career. He was chosen by Trump as the Republican candidate for the 2022 Georgia Senate race, but lost amid multiple scandals. These included allegations that Walker paid 2 former girlfriends to have abortions despite his strong anti-abortion stance. He also faced accusations from his ex-wife of violent behavior, and public scrutiny grew when reports revealed Walker had 2 children he had not previously disclosed. Though Walker's political career was marked by controversy, Trump has continued to support him. Walker's new role, if confirmed, would take him to the Bahamas, where there is currently no U.S. ambassador. The nomination comes at a time when Trump continues to influence key political appointments across the U.S. government. We will be back after a short break. Till then, stay with us. This world continuously revolving around various events. Every minute, every second, something is happening somewhere around the globe, and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment. Here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science-related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for OLED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV, and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your feed. Welcome back to Millennium News Hour. The Supreme Court announced it will hear arguments on January 10 to decide if a new law banning TikTok in the US violates the First Amendment. The law, passed in April, requires TikTok to cut ties with its Chinese parent company ByteDance by January 19 or face a ban. TikTok appealed after the DC Circuit Court of Appeals upheld the law on December 6, citing national security concerns. The Appeals Court argued that the Chinese government could misuse data or manipulate content on TikTok. TikTok's lawyer said the law is unconstitutional and divesting from ByteDance is not possible due to restrictions and technological challenges. President Biden, who signed the law, will have his administration defend it before the Supreme Court. Meanwhile, former President Trump expressed support for TikTok earlier this week, calling it an important platform for young voters. Trump met TikTok's CEO recently, raising speculation about his future stance. TikTok's millions of US users face uncertainty. If the ban takes effect, many will lose access to the app. The Supreme Court's decision could reshape digital freedoms and security concerns in the country. The US government started retaliating against China for a major hack on American telecom networks earlier this year. The Commerce Department recently issued a notice to China Telecom Americas, the US branch of a Chinese communications giant, stating that its operations in American telecom and cloud services could threaten national security. The company has 30 days to respond, but future actions from the Commerce Department remain unclear. The hack, reportedly carried out by a China-linked group called Salt Typhoon, targeted major U.S. telecom companies including Verizon, AT&T, and Lumen Technologies. This breach raised concerns that hackers accessed sensitive information such as details about ongoing U.S. investigations and surveillance techniques. China Telecom's ability to operate in the U.S. has already been restricted. In 2021, the FCC revoked its license, citing risks of Chinese government influence. Law enforcement and intelligence agencies are still investigating the breach to understand its full impact. Both lawmakers and the incoming Trump administration have warned of stronger retaliation against such cyber attacks. National security leaders called for tougher measures, stating that the U.S. must impose severe consequences to deter future threats. Governor Kathy Hochul announced $28.5 million in new federal funding to install fast chargers for electric vehicles along key travel routes in New York State. The funding from the National Electric Vehicle Infrastructure Program focuses on areas south of Interstate 84, including the Hudson Valley, New York City, and Long Island. This competitive program will fund stations that can charge at least 4 EVs simultaneously at speeds of 150 kilowatts. Priority will be given to locations filling gaps in current networks and offering amenities like restrooms or food. Earlier this year, $21 million was allocated for EV chargers in upstate New York. Currently, over 15,500 public chargers are available statewide. New York plans to add more charging stations by 2025, aiming to support its climate goals of zero-emission passenger cars and school buses by 2035. Governor Hochul emphasized that expanding EV charging will reduce pollution and support a sustainable transportation system in New York. Now it's time for global updates. Elon Musk said Starlink satellite internet is inactive in India after recent incidents involving the company's devices. Authorities seized 2 Starlink devices in separate cases this month, one in a conflict zone and another during a drug bust. Musk confirmed on social media that Starlink satellite beams are turned off over India and claimed they were never on in the first place. The first case occurred on December 13 in Manipur, where Indian forces found a Starlink dish allegedly used by a militant group. Officials suspect the device was smuggled from Myanmar, a neighboring country experiencing civil unrest, where rebel groups have reportedly used Starlink equipment despite the company not operating there. In another case, Indian police found a Starlink device during a 4.2 billion methamphetamine bust at sea. Police have requested purchase details from the company Starlink, seeking approval to operate in India, and is working to address security concerns. We will be back after a short break. Till then, stay with us. This world continuously revolving around various events. Every minute, every second, something is happening somewhere around the globe, and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment. Here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science-related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for OLED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV, and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your feast. Welcome back to Millennium News Hour. You are watching latest global updates. China expanded its nuclear arsenal, built stronger ties with Russia, and increased military activities near Taiwan, according to a U.S. Defense Department report released on December 18. The report revealed that China had over 600 operational nuclear warheads by mid-2024 and is expected to exceed 1,000 by 2030. Beijing also developed more diverse and advanced nuclear targeting capabilities. The U.S. criticized China for a lack of transparency in its nuclear program but urged diplomacy. The report noted progress in China's military modernization, although corruption in the Central Military Commission slowed growth. Over 15 high-ranking Chinese officials were removed over corruption charges. China increased military pressure on Taiwan with large naval exercises and aerospace violations, escalating tensions. The report also highlighted China's growing support for Russia, including selling dual-use technology. The U.S. plans to maintain military readiness in the Asia-Pacific region and expand communication with Beijing to reduce risks. Malaysia's Foreign Minister Mohammed Hassan will be fined for smoking in a no-smoking area, the Health Minister confirmed. Earlier this week, Health Minister shared a photo on social media showing the Foreign Minister smoking at a street-side eatery in Negeri Sembilan. Smoking has been banned in all eateries and restaurants in Malaysia since 2019, and strict rules were introduced in October this year. Health Minister stated that the Foreign Minister's office was informed about the violation. He added that Mohammed Hassan himself requested to be fined for breaking the law. The Health Minister emphasized the importance of enforcing the smoking ban to maintain public health and ensure fair treatment for everyone. The authorities are expected to issue the fine soon, showing Malaysia's commitment to upholding the law. This incident highlights the government's efforts to promote a healthier environment and reinforce strict anti-smoking measures across the country. Let's have a look on today's sports stories. Brazilian football legend Ronaldo announced his decision to run for the presidency of the Brazilian Football Confederation in 2026. The 48-year-old, who won the World Cup with Brazil in 1994 and 2002, expressed his desires to restore the national team's lost prestige and respect. The Seleção no longer commands the respect it once had. I want to change that, Ronaldo told Globo Esporte. Ronaldo also shared that he is negotiating the sale of his stake in Spanish club Real Valladolid. He said the deal could be finalized soon and assured it would not interfere with his CBF candidacy. Earlier this year, Ronaldo sold his 90% stake in Cruzeiro, a Brazilian club. He aims to bring his football experience to leadership and guide Brazilian football to greater success. Ronaldo will contest to replace Ednaldo Rodrigues, the current president, when the CBF elections are held in 2026. Real Madrid secured a dominant 3-0 victory over Mexican side Pachuca to win the FIFA-backed Intercontinental Cup final in Doha. Kylian Mbappe opened the scoring in the 37th minute after a brilliant setup by Vinicius Jr. Rodrigo doubled the lead with a curling strike early in the second half, while Vinicius sealed the win with a penalty 6 minutes before full-time. Mbappe returned to action after recovering from a hamstring injury suffered in a Champions League match last week. His goal showcased his quick recovery and sharp form. Rodrigo's goal came with some controversy as the referee allowed it after a VAR review, despite Jude Bellingham being in an offside position. This is the first edition of the new Intercontinental Cup, replacing the old Club World Cup format. Madrid will meet Pachuca again at next year's Club World Cup in the US. Carlo Ancelotti's side will face Sevilla in La Liga in their final match of the year. We will be back after a short break. Till then, stay with us. This world continuously revolving around various events. Every minute, every second, something is happening somewhere around the globe, and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment. Here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science-related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for OLED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV, and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your fist. Welcome back to Millennium News Hour. Now it's time for business news. Today's New York stock close price is 19,729.37. The NYSE Composite is decreased by 39.72 points or 0.20%. Tokyo stock close price is 39,457.49. The Nikkei 225 index is decreased by 12.95 points or 0.03%. Shanghai stock close price is 3,386.33. The Shanghai index is decreased by 5.55 points or 0.16%. Hong Kong stock close price is 19,795.49. The Hang Seng Index is decreased by 175.75 points or 0.88%. Bombay stock close price is 81,748.57. The Sensex Index is decreased by 384.55 points or 0.47%. Let's have a look on today's weather forecast. Before finishing today's news, let's hear out the headlines again. Biden faces pressure to act on TPS amid Trump's revocation plans. Florida pushes back against feds over Trump assassination attempt investigation. Matt Gaetz faces ethics report release after investigation into alleged misconduct. Trump nominates Herschel Walker as U.S. ambassador to the Bahamas. Supreme Court takes up TikTok ban case over First Amendment claims. US takes action against China over telecom hack. Governor Hochul unveils $28.5 million plan to boost EV charging in New York. Starlink internet beams shut off over India, Musk confirms. China expands nuclear arsenal while strengthening Russia partnership. Malaysia's foreign minister faces fine for smoking in restricted area. Ronaldo to run for Brazil football presidency in 2026. And Real Madrid defeats Pachuca to win Intercontinental Cup. That's all for today. Keep watching Millennium News Hour for latest news update. To stay updated, like our Facebook page, subscribe our YouTube channel, and visit our websites. Our website addresses are www.millenniumnews24.com and www.millenniumtv24.com. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for OLED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV, and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia, available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with us for all the latest news worldwide. Thank you.